What is up, everybody? It's your boy Duty back again with another video, and this time we're taking a look at our boy DSP's daily rap video prior to the day of. That's right, folks. And yesterday was an interesting day of playthrough. That's right, we saw Starfield on the early stream, and then we got Streetfighter ranking up Lily playthrough, and oh my lord, both of them were atrocious. Phil was not happy at all. I mean, he limped to the tier 1 tip goal on both streams, and he actually had to work an hour and a half in addition to his normal stream last night just to get to the tier 1 tip goal. It was almost like he forced the Dents and said, hey look, I'm not letting anyone go to bed, I'm not quitting this until I get at least $50 in tips. And that's what happened. Some Dent came in and dropped a $18 dono and saved the stream. So let's see what Phil had to say on the daily wrap.
Alrighty, everyone. Welcome to the daily wrap for what was Wednesday, the 13th of September, 2023. My final streaming day of the week before my day off tomorrow, and another fun day of advancement. And let me tell you, basically today, a good send-off, I feel, before we get into all new stuff this week. We got 2 new games coming out this next week. Let's talk about it. First of all, today's Level 1 podcast, jam-packed with news, including stuff, all kinds of stuff. I mean, my God, it was all over the place with the news. You had a Nintendo announcement. You had the big news regarding the Unity engine, how everyone's up in arms about them changing the model of how they're going to try to monetize that and basically take money from game developers. Just tons of news. Okay, there's like 5 news stories we covered, and then some chill fun, as always, on the podcast. First stream today was Starfield, where the majority of the stream was focused on finishing up the Freestar Collective faction quest line. Apparently we got to the very end of it. Man, it was a good variety. There was talking, there was manipulation and persuading, there was a ton of space combat, so I had to upgrade my ship to be good enough to do the space combat. Then we had to infiltrate a ginormous base full of 1 million enemies, and then finally we got to the end with a big story twist I wasn't expecting, and then we ran out of time. Right when we were like at the very end of the quest and we were able to finish it and trade it in and everything, we were out of time, and I was like, ah, man. But great stream today of Starfield. If you've enjoyed the game so far, please check it out. I have noticed the views for Starfield have completely dwindled. If you take a look at the first 5 to 10 parts, did good. Now we're into the 20s, and basically a lot of people fell off. So I don't know if it's because people are playing the game themselves. If you're finding the game boring, that for me is confusing, because in my opinion, the game is picking up and getting better the further in I get. It's just like any other Bethesda open world RPG like Fallout or Elder Scrolls, and the thing is, you guys seem to love when I play those games. I mean, you've requested every year that I go back and play New Vegas, Skyrim, Oblivion. People are asking next year will you play Fallout 3 or Fallout 4. If you love those, I don't know why you wouldn't like Starfield. It's basically the end game of that with some other stuff in there. Yes, there's definitely some shortcomings there, but I had a great time today. Lots of combat, lots of fun, like a good variety of stuff. Please give it a look if you've been, enjoying the playthrough. I don't know why the viewers fell off. I hope that you'll get caught up. All right. Tonight's lead.
Okay, Phil. So you're upset, or you're concerned. Let's say it that way. You're concerned. You're not sure why the viewers fell off for Starfield. That's right. And of course, this was one of your huge games for the hardcore gaming season that was supposed to save the channel, just like, of course, Zelda, Diablo, Final Fantasy 16, Armored Core, and none of them came to fruition. You may want to take a look at, you may want to step back a little bit and actually try to look at it from a 360 perspective, kind of an overview perspective, and take a look and, maybe take that blank piece of paper that you have that you pull out for your news segment and maybe jot some notes down, and try to jot down what are the same scenarios for each of those situations. And what you're going to find is that the common thread between those scenarios is you, Phil. You're the only thing that hasn't changed when it comes to all of those playthroughs, and they not having engagement, support, or saving the channel. If you're honest with yourself, though, which I know you have a difficult thing doing, if you're honest with yourself, you look in the mirror and say to yourself, okay, what am I doing that's wrong? Don't push this back on your viewers and say, well, what are the viewers doing where they're not engaged, they're not supporting, and they don't care about Starfield? No, Phil, you never do that. You should always put the onus on yourself and try to figure out what is it that you are doing or not doing that could be causing this issue, because yet again, you're the streamer, Phil. Your viewers are there just to watch you and to be entertained. And if they're not interested, they're not engaging, and they're not supporting, that means they're not interested, which means you're not interesting. So until you figure that out, Phil, you're going to constantly run into this scenario where you're befuddled that you're playing a new game, right? And no one cares. And of course, what will happen is at the end of the season, you'll say, well, it looks like no one cares. People come and support my streams, but no one really cares about me playing the hottest new game. You're going to come with that nonsense because you did that last year. Where you tried to justify why the hardcore gaming season didn't bring in the viewers and the money that you expected. I expect that to happen this year as well. But of course, we'll be here to call you out for it. But Phil, if you really want to fix this issue, you really need to take a minute, take a day, and just reflect. Take a day and take that blank piece of paper that you have, right, and jot some notes down. Say to yourself, okay, what is it that I'm doing that people like? What is it that I'm doing that people don't like, right? And then make a list of the positives and the negatives, and work on those negatives. Work on those negatives. Don't push it back on your Dents and your viewers and say, what are they doing wrong? They're not doing anything wrong. They're just there to be entertained. And if they're not reciprocating, as you like to say, Phil, then you're not entertaining them.
Stream was the last Street Fighter 6 stream of the summer. I'm not playing Street Fighter 6 again probably until the DLC character Aki comes out. Here's why. Because next week we got 2 new releases, and there's no way I can juggle those 2 new releases, one of which is a fighting game, while still playing Street Fighter 6. So tonight I went extra long, played 3 hours with Lily, got the 3-star diamond, got far, got kicked back, got far, got kicked back, got far, got kicked back. It was like a ping pong match. It's just almost impossible to get wins with Lily because she is so underpowered at this point. Basically, I work my ass off to nail 1 or 2 hits that will lead to like a 20-30% combo, right? Sometimes I'll get lucky and get a giant combo, but outside of that, it's really rough going trying to lock down people, mix them up with command throw. Meanwhile, I fought an onslaught of top tiers tonight. I fought a ridiculous amount of Kens, Juries, Giles, Lukes, bunch of Lukes, like everyone, like ridiculous top tier nonsense, and they're all so unfairly overpowered compared to Lily. They can literally mash buttons and get away with it. Ken is just ludicrous. Jury is nuts. Any drive rush move Jury does stuffs everything Lily has. So anytime she drive rushes, you're forced to block or try to parry, and then it puts Jury in an advantageous position. You can't really do anything about it. She's always at an advantage. So the real problem with Lily, she has no way to get out of the corner. That's really her problem. And I think if they're going to fix this game in like a season 2, they need to tweak Lily so she has a true reversal move. She has none. She has no move that will reverse when she's locked in a corner situation. So she has to guess a perfect reversal parry or a perfect reversal super. If she doesn't get one of those 2 things, she literally can't get out of the corner. She has no tools to get out of the corner. Everything else gets stuffed. So there were situations tonight, I'm dominating a match. I'm outplaying the crap out of the other person. Then that person gets lucky, hits me once, drive rush, pushes me to the corner. That's the end of the game. Literally, that's the game. There's nothing to be done to get out of the corner. It's just combo, combo, mix up, combo, combo. Can't do anything. Even if I block, they're right on top of me again, so I can never get out. So it's sad because, again, I like the character. I think she's fun. But man, is she the worst character I've played with. She's worse than Zangief in my opinion. At least Zangief can mix up and every once in a while get like an insanely powerful 360. She has to work so hard to get hits in. It's ridiculous. The thing is, I did make progress tonight. I think I started tonight at like 21,100 points or maybe just under, and I ended at like 21,600 or 700. So I gained like 500, 600, 700 points tonight. But in 3 hours, you would have thought I would have done better. It's not possible. There's no way to climb consistently with Lily because every time you face a top tier, you will get spanked by basic gameplay and you can't really do anything about it. So I did as best I could. All right. I hope you enjoy the gameplay. That is it for Street Fighter 6 for a couple of weeks. What's coming up? Well, tomorrow I'm off.
Let's talk about patterns, folks. Have you noticed a pattern? So Lily has no reversal. She when she's stuck in the corner, she can't get out of the corner, and she's the worst player to. One of the worst players in Street Fighter. What did he say about Honda? Honda has no true reversal. If he gets stuck in the corner, he can't get out of the corner. He's one of the worst players in Street Fighter. Blanca, what did he say about Blanca? Blanca's a mid-tier player that if he gets in the corner, he can't get out of the corner. He doesn't have a reversal, whatever. And all of those Street characters that Phil has used and played with, he says the same thing, that a top tier like Ken, Ryu, Guile, he can't beat them. Are you noticing a pattern here, Phil? It seems like every single player you play with has the same problem. And the funny thing is no one else is saying this but Phil. You have some amazing insight that no one who's playing Street Fighter is saying. No one whatsoever. Again, if you look at the common denominator, the common thread between all of those playthroughs and all of those characters are used, the only common denominator is you, Phil. So if I'm looking at the situation objectively, I'm going to say you're the problem, Phil. You're the issue with the gameplay, not the actual players. And again, Lily isn't the greatest player, but she does have some moves and she can play. You're not good. When you get into those diamond 2, diamond 3 ranks, you face stiff competition and you can't beat them. That is the reason why you have not played any master gameplay for Blanca, for Honda, and of course now you're putting Street Fighter on the shelf because competition is getting harder and you're just not that good, and your fragile ego can't take the fact that you're just an average player. You're an average Street Fighter player, which isn't bad, Phil, but of course, again, your ego won't allow you to accept that you're an average player.
Hope you all have a safe and fun day. Please enjoy the gameplay. I hope you'll engage with it. I hope you enjoy it. I have noticed, last week, views dipped dramatically on DSP Gaming. Looks like no one's really keeping up with a lot of these playthroughs. Sad, but what can you do? There's new stuff coming. Friday, Mortal Kombat 1 all day long. I dropped the over $120. Yes, that's how much it was for the game tonight, so I could play it when I come back on Friday. I'll be doing the story all day long, both streams. Saturday, I'll be doing more Mortal Kombat 1, likely the finale of the story, we'll see. Then Saturday night, I'm going to finish Chrono Trigger. Sunday is the React Day, and Sunday night, I'll probably do more Mortal Kombat 1. Monday will probably be like Starfield with Mortal Kombat 1, and then Tuesday is the premiere of Lies of P. I might play it all day, we'll see. And then Wednesday, more Lies of P, and probably balance that with Mortal Kombat. So that's the week. That's why there's no Street Fighter next week. Remember, at the end of the month, I believe it's the 27th, that's when Aki releases in Street Fighter 6, and I will be playing with that character, so I hope you'll tune in then. But we are giving Street Fighter a break for a week or two so we can have more time to play Mortal Kombat. We have time to do everything else we're doing. And then, of course, October, more new releases. So, all right. Thank you all for a great streaming week. I had a lot of fun. Thanks for your support. Please have a good day off. See you Friday for the Mortal Kombat 1 fun beginning. I hope you'll be here, and it's going to be a good time. All right, everyone. Thanks. Peace out. Have a good night. See you Friday.
Alrighty. So our boy Phil is now relying on Mortal Kombat and Life of P to save the channel. That's right, folks. Starfield didn't do it. Street Fighter held the channel up for a while, but of course, support's dried up in the last month and a half since Game Cucker has left. Support has just dried up. That is the real reason why Phil is hanging up the game. It's two reasons: the support's just not there, and he's fighting stiffer competition, and his fragile mindset can't stand the fact that he's not good enough to compete with level Diamond 2, 3 players, 4 or 5 Diamond players or Master. So he knows that his Dents are going to start, and they already have. They're asking for him to play master rank matches, and he's just refused. And that's the reason why he's punting Street Fighter off to the side, and he may not come back to it. He may play one stream when that Aki character comes on, but I have a feeling he's going to now relegate Street Fighter to Friday night fights, and hopefully Jack Ragstor can get his shit in order and at least drop a $25 dono once a week, at least. Let's hope. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.